Hi everyone, and welcome back to Luena. I thought I'd take this opportunity to give you an update on some of our plans for this year and some of the other things we've been doing. Originally, we'd planned to leave Mylor in June and head around Land's End, working our way up the coast of Wales, around the top of Scotland, before heading through the Caledonian Canal, back down Ireland, and finally returning to Mylor for the end of the season. Sounds like fun. And my approach to this adventure was to take this time to test out all the different sail plans and stress test all the new equipment that we've got on Luena that makes this boat our home. Unfortunately, the last couple of days of our trip down to Mylor left Sam feeling less than confident of taking this time to play with all this new equipment whilst moving around the UK on some of the more challenging waters. And my gung-ho approach to this probably didn't help. You may have heard this before, but sailing has to be a team effort with everybody pulling in the same direction. So to that end, we've decided we're going to set up base in Portland for this season. We agreed I would move the boat to Portland with a friend, as we had to leave Mylor in April and the weather that time of year can be very changeable. Turns out April was very changeable, with the trip taking 10 days while we dodged gale force winds and at one point ending up in an unexpected storm of 50 knots and 6-metre waves. Clearly, extensive filming was the last thing on our mind. Now in Portland, we plan to take this season to test everything that we have on the boat before hopefully heading off to the Med next year. Why Portland? Well, we can be in open water of the Jurassic Coast in less than 30 minutes. There's plenty of room to play around with all the different sail plans without too much traffic. And we have Portland Bill, St Agnes Head, to name but a few of the little challenges along the south coast. We do plan to sail more than just the bay this season, heading back down the south coast towards Cornwall, but this time with no deadline, and we can enjoy many of the different bays on the way. Weather permitting and confidence, we would like to try and head across the Isles of Scilly for a couple of days before heading back up and hopefully go to Jersey or Guernsey before heading back into Portland. But that's a long way off, and let's just see what happens. So what have we been up to? Well, we have managed to get out of Portland Marina, and I had a couple of friends who are experienced sailors help me with some of the more interesting sail plans. On a trip over to Lulworth Cove, we even managed to set up our new kite for the first time. This first attempt, even in very light winds, starts by making sure your new sail doesn't go overboard, even if we are at anchor. Next, dig out our ridiculously expensive new continuous furler. Attach the spinnaker halyard. Then hunt for the tack. Attach the sheets. Sam, can you pull the spinnaker halyard up for me? Okay, stop. Okay. Yeah. And up she goes. We're out. There we go. This is the first time our Warrior has seen the light of day, so like with all new arrivals, there has to be lots of pictures. And away she goes before it all goes horribly wrong. Next time we use her, it'll be in anger.
Okay, it's just nearly there, nearly there. Stop, stop, stop. There, that's it, you've wrapped it now.
There goes, stop.
Okay.
One of the big upgrades for this year is our new water maker, which will need a thorough test during the season if it is to be reliable for when we head to the Med. Here she is, installed under the starboard bunk seat. It's a modular design from Seawater Pro, which allowed me to move things around to fit the space. And as far as operation goes, this water maker is quite a simple design. Saltwater comes in via a through hole we fitted last year when she was hauled out. Then through a seawater strainer before entering a boost pump. From the boost pump, the seawater passes through a 20 micron and then a 5 micron filter to remove any solids. The seawater then makes its way around to the main pump where the pressure is increased to 800 psi. The black hose is now a high pressure hose. This high pressure seawater then passes into the membrane where the fresh water is separated from what is now called brine or very salty water. The brine then leaves the membrane at the other end before passing through the high pressure gauge and an adjustment valve before it exits over the side here. The separated fresh water then leaves the membrane via this white hose to pass through a TDS sensor which checks the quality and then on to the water tanks in Luena. Water can be diverted to both forward and aft tanks using this tap. I've also fitted this second diverter in the head so we can send water to the aft tank or divert water for testing and filling extra containers should we want to. The controls are on the end here for easy access and monitoring, and operation is as follows. First, start the boost pump, which ensures there is enough flow of water to the main pump. Pressure should be above 20 psi or the filters may need changing. Next, start the main pump and if needed, adjust the pressure valve until you get a water flow of 60 litres an hour or the pressure is 800 psi, whichever comes first. The boost pump generally drops to about 15 psi, which is normal when the main pump is running. And that's it, fresh clean water from the sea and one less reason to go into a marina. Happy anniversary. Finally, this year we celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary by heading across the harbour to a little place called the Crab Shack for a well-deserved celebration meal. Next time we finally leave Portland on our mini adventure. Round Portland Bill by the inner channel for the first time. We get lots of rain, lots and lots of rain. Sam proves she's my angel. Man needs lunch. And I find out what happens when you don't pay your harbour dues. Until then, stay safe and maybe we'll see you out on the water soon.